Hey there, welcome back to Damn Tasty Vegan. It's your friend Maria Rose. Today we're gonna make one of my favorite Thanksgiving recipes, and that is the good old classic green bean casserole. I'm such a sucker for green bean casserole. I really look forward to eating it at Thanksgiving. If you're ready to learn how to make this classic dish but make it vegan, then let's hang out for a bit and I will show you exactly how. So first we're going to prepare the mushrooms. I like to use white button mushrooms, but you can also use like the baby Bella mushrooms or a mixture of both. That would be delicious as well. So just wipe them off with a wet paper towel to get the dirt off. If the stems don't look bad and aren't tough, then I'll just trim off the end of the stem and use like half of the stem because that'll just give you more mushroom to use and it tastes just fine. Now we need to prepare our cream base. So we use our cashews, and to do a quick soak, I like to boil some water and let them soak for 10 minutes. And then in a blender, we add the cashews and water. The full measurements for this are on the recipe that is linked below. And then we add veggie bouillon cube, garlic powder, onion powder, and nutritional yeast. And then we blend that all up until it's nice and smooth. It might look a little bit runny, but don't worry. Once you apply heat to the cashew cream base, the longer it's on the heat, the thicker it will get, so don't worry. And then to a frying pan, we just add our vegan butter, however much you want. I used maybe like a teaspoon here, and just melt your butter. And this is everything we're gonna put into our cream of mushroom soup. We got our mushrooms, we've got our diced red onion, we've got our garlic, and fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, you can also use just dried thyme, about a half of a teaspoon of dried thyme. So first we're going to caramelize the onions, so cook them until they're about translucent. That should be about 3 minutes or so. I like to add just like a little bit of salt to the onions just to add flavor. And then we just add in all of our mushrooms. To add a nice depth of flavor, I always love adding like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of soy sauce. Then we're gonna add the dried thyme. I used about 3-4 sprigs. Again, if you don't have the fresh thyme, then just use about half of a teaspoon or a teaspoon of dried thyme. Just start with a half teaspoon, kind of taste test it and add more if you'd like more. I freaking love thyme. That's probably one of my favorite herbs, thyme and sage. So we're gonna cook that down until the mushrooms cook and start to release their liquid. This will take maybe 5 minutes or so. And then I like to add my garlic later on. I don't like to add the garlic first because if you cook it too early, it'll kind of get rid of the garlicky flavor. So I like to add it after everything is a little bit cooked. Then we add that creamy cashew soup base and we just put it on a lower heat and just stir it as it thickens. Here you can add a little bit more seasoning if you like. I like to add fresh cracked pepper and just gently stir it until now don't over thicken it. You want it to be just slightly runny because this is still gonna cook in the oven and we want it to retain a little bit of liquidiness. Is that a word? Sure, why the hell not? So you want it to kind of look like this, just thick, it thickened up, but it's not super thick. Now we're just gonna put everything together into a casserole dish. If you are using fresh green beans, the recipe link below will show you how to prepare the fresh green beans. I'm feeling a bit lazy, so I'm using just frozen green beans. You wanna use about 1 pound of green beans and just put it in a casserole dish that it will all fit in. And then I pour in that cream of mushroom soup, and you wanna add in about a handful of fried onions. I just buy the store-bought kind just to keep it easy. Because usually if you're making like a Thanksgiving dinner, you kind of want to try to find as many shortcuts as you can if you're making more than one dish. So I like to keep it easy on myself. Just mix everything together, make sure everything's well coated. We're gonna bake at 400 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want to keep an eye on it around the 15-minute mark and just watch if it's like bubbling and browning and crisping up. I think I went for about 20 minutes because I wanted everything to be well cooked through. After you cook it for about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, fried onions, and bake it for an additional 5 minutes until the onions start to brown. And that is it, my friends. Here is a delicious vegan green bean casserole, my favorite vegan side dish for the holidays. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. I make this every single year. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or if there's a recipe that you would like to see next. I hope you all have wonderful and beautiful holidays, and I will see you all very soon in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.